Welcome back to Fortnite Tales. This is Team Elendil here. We're playing Fortnite and talking about stuff. We're continuing our discussion of U.S. history, colonial times. When the Colonials got started, they were really impressed with the natural inheritance. They attributed it to God. What they didn't really know to do was the Indians. The Indians they saw as kind of a primitive race. And to a great extent, the Indians in North America were primitive, especially compared to their South and Central American cousins. They were particularly backwards in domesticating animals. They had, let's see, where we go? Let's go to this random spot over here. This seems like a good spot. Right outside the Citadel. We'll see what's going on there. As I was saying, they were particularly backwards in their domestication of animals. They didn't have horses, they didn't have oxen. So they really didn't have any way to plow and clear fields. This, to a great extent, probably helps explain why their populations were smaller. They weren't able to really have the work animals necessary to build a more advanced civilization that could support larger numbers of people. And they had plentiful land, so they didn't really need it. They could work one field until it became kind of no longer usable, and they just move on to the next one. But they didn't really know how to maintain that land, and so their farming methods weren't really all that good compared to like modern farming, and even farming in Europe at that point in time. Let's see what we got here. We got a weapon. Okay, not my favorite weapon. What else do we got here? There's nothing here. Let's get in here. Get some shields. Let's go up top up here. What's in this chest over here? Anybody here? No, not really. Let's check out our reroll storm mark. Let's go. Let's see what other weapons we can find here. Hopefully there's something else here. Let's go up here. And as such, because they didn't have good farming methods, they kind of lived in these semi-permanent locations. They kind of migrated around where they needed to go, and but let's not make a mistake. They were farmers. I mean, they would hunt and they would fight and those things, but they would also stop when it was time to work the fields and collect the food. Somebody around here. Shotgun. Okay, finally something. Oh. But even though they weren't like great farmers, they did produce large quantities of food. And they were able to dry them, they were able to store them. Hey, Storm Mark. Hey, another weapon. Okay, so I got some great weapons. This Excalibur rifle, 2 of them. Is there anybody I can snipe while I'm up here? I don't really see anybody. Yeah. Even though they were low-grade farmers, their techniques for planning were something that were adopted by the New Englanders. Their practices for sowing and growing and storing food were something that was fairly advanced and something that the Europeans did learn from the Indian population. But, then the Europeans did what they did. As a more advanced culture, they took these basic concepts that were effective and expanded upon them and made them better. The other thing that they got from the Indians was the white potato, which is funny because potatoes are everywhere today, but back then it was not really. Anything over here? I don't see anything. What do we got? Aerialist. Let's go with that. It really wasn't used as a main food crop until the Irish came to New Hampshire, and then it kind of moved more into the mainstream diet of the average American. But back then it really wasn't. It wasn't something that was heavily used. But where the Europeans really had the advantage is they were able to take over the fields that were left by the tribes and Indians that were wiped out by the smallpox. Here we go. Let's go on over this way. We got to start moving and grooving. Chest in here. What do we got? Oh, we can upgrade both our weapons. Let's go. One of the unfortunate things about the early Indians is they weren't exposed to the same diseases as Europe. Kind of like COVID worked its way around the world pretty quickly. Back then, a lot of diseases took a long time because there was not a lot of exposure between different cultures, at least in large numbers. But one of the things the Europeans did bring with them was smallpox, and it did wipe out, some minis. Some heals, yay. Some shield, I can take this, go in here. Oh, and splashes. A plethora of stuff. Let's go ahead and drop some minis. Eat these. See some chests. A bow. Some splashes. Let's grab the splashes. Bow. I should take the bow. Let's take the minis. Let's go. Let's go to the motorcycle. Let's get out of here. And so the Europeans the colonists were able to benefit from this unfortunate spreading of disease. So how did they farm it? What did they learn? Like, jump off this. Let's get down this bush here. Check out what's going on. What they would do is start with rows of corn, and they would intertwine bings in kind of a vine shape, and then they would have squash, pumpkins growing in between. But really, what separated the colonists from the Indians was the livestock. All these animals, they thrived in the New World. The horses, the oxen and stuff. They were able to grow horses and develop horses and actually export horses in the process. Pigs did really well. That was actually one of the early exports of Europe. Back to Europe was pork. Flocks of sheep were common in Massachusetts. Let's go ahead and heal up here. Yeah, but the horses, they raised horses that they were able to export to the Indies. They brought seed for turnips, carrots, buckwheat, peas, parsnip, wheat, barley, oats, and all planted with great success. You know, apples also did well in New England. So we got over here, anybody? I don't see anybody. Looks like there's a little dummy out in the water. I can get a quest done while we're running around here. But even though the Europeans improved upon the Indians' farming techniques, they were still... why can't I stop? Oh, I hate this ice. There we go. Let's go ahead and get this chest while we're here. Better weapons. Oh, big pots. Full. Let's go ahead and grab that. Move on. Somebody going right there. Hello. Oh, I hit him. He's boxing up. We gotta get out of here. The storm's coming. Should I push him? I don't know where he went. We gotta stay in front of the storm. I don't have many heals. But even though their farming was better, it was still wasteful compared to European standards. The plentiful supply of land, shortage of labor. God, this is not going the right way. I gotta get out of here. Yeah, come on, build. Let's get out of here. Get out of the storm. Get out of here. Okay, we're out of the storm. Yay. something in here. Let's go see if we can find in here. Potentially some heals or something. We'll replace that. Some not in the circle. Heals. Med kit. I can't carry a med kit. Just getting in the circle. Okay. Splash one out here. Oh, what's going on? But realistically, the area was so good that even bad farmers could do well here because the land was just that good for farming. That even these low-talent farmers in the New World, and they were compared to like Europeans farmers, they could get good crops and very plentiful crops. Uh-oh, something's fighting. Let's see the guy over here. What the? Did he see me? He's gonna come down. No, he did not. Okay. There he is right there. Got him, 45. 45, white, cracked. Can I get this guy up here? Missed. Oh! Dude, I just headshotted that dude. Where did the guy go? There he is. You see me? Yep, he saw me. Oof. What is going on here? What is that guy? What am I seeing? This guy up here still shooting at me. Oof. This guy down here. Got him, cracked him. And I still got shields. I gotta get out of here. This is not what I want to do. I don't have the heals for this. Let's go. I got just a shooter. Fist. Oof. I got down here. Let's get out of here. This is not good. No heals. This is not good. People everywhere. Let's get in a circle. Let's get Bloodhound. This is not what I wanted. I probably should have rerolled. Ugh. There's people everywhere. Looks like there's something in here. Chest. Heals. Shields. No. We got rotation. This is not where we want to be. Not where we want to be. This guy over there. What is going on? Sit over there. There's people fighting up on top of the hill up there. Let's go ahead and see if we can move around the backside. Get closer to where that next storm circle is going to be. Oh my god, there's people. And while the New Englanders weren't the best farmers in the world, they were still less wasteful than the Virginians. Without tobacco, it's unlikely the Virginia colony would have survived at all. The funny thing was, is when they started growing it, the local authorities really weren't all that excited about growing tobacco. They really didn't want to. Mainly because King James I hated the weed. He thought it tended to generate a new corruption both of men's bodies and manners. In fact, Governor Dale actually legislated against it in 1616, ordering that for every... Let's see if we can get some food here. Are you gonna die? Come back. If I can't really waste another arrow, okay. Pickaxe you? No, you're gonna run away. Great. Okay. Let's go ahead and light this building up over here. But Governor Dale actually legislated in 1660. They had, for every 1 acre of tobacco you had to plant 2 acres of corn. course, this proved impossible to enforce in a colony without a lot of... there's somebody right there. Healing, can get him. Boom, 45. 45, cracked him. We get another shot. Light him up. Okay, let's make our way back around the outside here. Somebody here. Somebody here. Let's crack. Hey, you're not dead. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? What just happened? Are you... Did I just get the third party? I got third party. Man. Someone avenge me. I cannot believe I got third party. That was the person I was fighting. Are you kidding me? Oh, how close? You had 1 health. You had 1 health. Oh my god. Oh, let's see if this person who has no health can survive. Oh man, how did I not kill him? That's hilarious. Trying to outlaw tobacco proved impossible because they really didn't have any good enforcement mechanism. And the reality of it was, the math was against those who were against tobacco. For the same amount of labor, tobacco yielded 6 times... Oh, nice shot. Some else down here. This person gonna pop off. Move around over to here. Death is what they were looking for. I guess they were gonna try to find a different spot. See what this guy can do. Oh, dude just hit somebody with a bow. Are you kidding me? Wow. But tobacco yields 6 times as much as any other crop. It really had a high cash value. It grew close to the banks, many little, of any just little river, such as the James, York, Rappahannock. I mean, every small plantation had its own Riverside War. Let's see who can win this. Oh, where's this guy going? He's just gonna chop pot here. See, get it off. You got it off. Let's go. Get some mats. Although you got nearly max mats, why are you farming? Okay. What's this kid gonna do? He's gonna shoot him with a bow? End of the round. Wow. So, where's he going? Over here. He's looking for more. I don't know what he's looking for. So weird. So pop another pot. Oh. So the roads were unnecessary to distribute the crops. You know, why wouldn't you grow tobacco is probably the better question. He's going up on him. He's going up. Is he going to get him? Try to pre-fire, I guess. Missed. What are you going to do? You going to go up? You going to go up? And that didn't work very well at all. So take some damage. What are you going to do? Down below. He's in kind of the down low. The other guy's got high ground. What's he gonna do? Not really sure what he's doing. Reload. He's gonna jump out. This guy can obviously build. I'm not really sure what he's doing. What he's trying to accomplish here. Oh, he's gonna shoot up building. What? How did that not fall? Oh! Dude just shot him through walls. Dude just shot him through walls. That's crazy. Crazy. Wow. Anyway. So tobacco was a better crash crop, and that's why it was heavily grown in the Virginias, because it grew well there. There was a lot of areas to grow it from there. The real problem, and the reason you didn't see a lot of other crops grown, was labor. You had a huge labor shortage in the colonies. This big reason that there was the adoption for slavery. The increasing supply of cheap, high-quality slave labor from Africa came as a godsend to this infant tobacco industry. It flourished exceedingly well. So much so that James I himself capitulated in 1619 when he decided to, instead of trying to ban it, I'm just going to levy a tax on it. Why fight it when you can profit off it? Hey, it's the way of government. We can't ban it, so we'll just make money off it. But he did limit the import to 55,000 pounds a year, but those quantitative restrictions were soon lifted as tobacco became pretty much the first great economic engine in the colonies across the Atlantic. It continued to be considered a blessing for, pretty much 400 more years until President Clinton in the 90s declared tobacco to be an addictive drug, and that kind of brought the downfall of tobacco as a major crop in the United States. And it kind of brought things full circle to King James, who originally saw the plant as the great evil himself. I guess one of history's many ironies. Well, if you've enjoyed this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button. And as always, have a great day if you want to.